Is AI going to steal software developers' jobs? Let's find out. In this episode, we're going to talk about the topic that's on everyone's mind, namely, is AI finally going to replace software developers? With the rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, there's so many people out there worried that they're going to be left without a job, or maybe somehow the AI zombie apocalypse that we referred to in one of our previous videos is finally upon us. But I'll tell you that it's actually not, and we're going to unpack this a little bit in this video. Now, first things first, let's address the elephant in the room. AI is actually not that advanced as we like to think it is. Sure, it could do some things that kind of feel like magic, like you give it a prompt and then it generates a beautiful, block of code or a beautiful image or something like that. But this doesn't mean that it's a one-stop solution to all of our problems, okay? And if it were, we would have already been at the next phase, which is called AGI. Sure, some of the companies out there are actually working on developing AGI, artificial general intelligence, but we're not there yet, and no one knows exactly how long it's going to take us to get there. I used to be subscribed to some newsletters that were sending us bullet points of all the tools that came out this week, but I actually stopped reading them because there's just so many tools that are coming out every week that it's literally, I think, impossible to keep up with everything that's out there. To me, it almost feels like the days of the crypto craze, the Web3 boom and things like that, where basically, even if you tried, you couldn't keep up with all the developments and all the projects that were out there. When it comes to AI, it's mostly marketing. Like, people are losing their minds over some feature which looks incredibly magical on the surface, and it kind of sparks our imagination. We start thinking about what our life would look like if this were actually true, if this were on the market, and it was something that we could use on a daily basis. But if you look at it in the details, it's actually not as magical and not as exciting, because we're still maybe 2, 3, 4 years away from these tools being able to do the things that we imagine that they're doing today in our heads, if that makes any sense. Moving back to the context of software development, AI tools are a great helper when it comes to developing software, but they're really far away from being able to replace a software developer or software developers in general. Because being able to understand the complexity of a big software project is something the AI models in 2024 cannot do. It's still far less capable than a human can be as a software developer, especially when it comes to understanding the needs of a business and developing software for the needs of a specific business or a specific user. It's really far away. If you give it exact instructions, like give me a block of code that does this, it's super good. It could speed up your development process, 10 times maybe. But more or less, that's where the magic ends, at least where we stand as of June 2024. And one thing that I think kind of sparked the conversation about the fact that AI is going to replace software developers actually came from NVIDIA's CEO. The specific statement that he made was that maybe it's already too late for you to start learning software development. And as we mentioned already, while it's true that AI can serve as a booster for every software developer out there, I think it's highly unlikely that the future where we don't need software developers is already upon us. Maybe it's going to come at some point in time, but I think we're still years away from that. Going back to the statement of the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, he was actually, I think, referring to the fact that if you're right now in 2024 only thinking about starting to develop software, maybe you're too late. And this is just one man's statement, it's one man's opinion, so you need to form your own opinions about things like that. But I would say, even if you are just starting out in 2024, it's still not too late, because you can learn how to code much faster by using AI. And this brings me to the next point, which is I don't think AI is going to replace software developers anytime soon, because it actually makes software developers better at what they do. They can do more things, they can be faster, they can be more accurate. For some of the things, they maybe don't need external help, writing documentation, doing code reviews, testing their code, and things like that. These are areas where AI can actually help you even in 2024. The developers that need to be scared or maybe careful in 2024 when it comes to their relationship with AI are the developers that are not using AI. So if you're not using AI to be a better developer, then maybe you should be scared. If you're not being on top of this wave, which is now happening, which can dramatically speed up your development process and getting the best out of it for your own development process, yeah, sure, in this case you could be left behind, but that's probably the only way an AI can replace a software developer. So, as we said, AI can be massively beneficial to the developers that do their best to get familiar with all the tools that are out there and use them on a daily basis. There are few areas where AI can help you be a better developer, and I'm going to state the three that come to my mind. If you have ideas for more, make sure to leave them in the comments. Maybe I forgot about one of them. Number one, we already mentioned this, generating code snippets for things that you either don't want to write, some of these more, let's say, technical or tedious tasks. It's so easy to just put in a prompt, hey, ChatGPT, hey, Claude, hey, Gemini, whoever you decide to choose to use for that purpose, generate me a code snippet that does this in Python, in PHP, in Dart, whatever your choice of language is. Area number two is using AI to analyze data. The AI tools can analyze huge amounts of data, potentially also huge amounts of code. And you can use the AI to find patterns, find issues with your code, and potentially help you write better code by eliminating security vulnerabilities, performance issues, and things like that. So yes, this is an area where AI can actually help. And the third way AI can boost your productivity as a software developer is helping you write documentation. Now, as developers, we all know that this is probably one of the least exciting parts, at least for most people, when it comes to being a developer. So using AI tools that are on the market to write documentation and just document how your code works is a great booster to your productivity, and it can help you focus on writing code and the important things instead of the tedious task of writing documentation. Let's quickly talk about what I think is the good version of the future of software development in the realm of AI-enabled developers. Now, I know this might be a little bit controversial, so if you don't agree with me, please share it in the comments, because I'm 39 years old almost, so maybe I'm getting too old. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but make sure to drop a comment for this specific section. From my point of view, the good version of what the future looks like with all these AI tools that are on the market and the way they develop further is that we are going to have a future where you'll be able to really not write a lot of code as a software developer. That's one perspective. You're just going to be able to write a prompt, and the AI model, whichever it's going to be, maybe GPT 6 or 7, is going to be able to give you the code that is ready to be executed. Also, even on a simpler level, I think end consumers and end users are going to be able to change the way your software works with simple prompts. You're going to be able to put limits on what they can do. So it's not going to be like some kind of Pandora's box that it can just open and do crazy stuff with it. But they're still going to be able to change the way the software works through AI prompts. And that's going to be fine, because the AI that's behind this software is going to be able to write or rewrite the code as it goes. I think the systems are going to become so flexible, the users are going to be able to dictate how the code works as they use the software, if that makes any sense. The future of software developers is going to include software developers. They're going to be focusing on higher level tasks, not like the technical tasks of writing code, but higher level tasks like architecture, design, user interfaces, user experience design, and things like that. But again, let me know what you think. Is the future where we just write a simple prompt and then we get the software and we don't need software developers? Is that coming or not? Let me know in the comments. So, how can you become an AI-powered software developer? Well, you're in luck because I actually have an upcoming video where we talk about how anyone can become a 10x software developer by using AI on a daily basis. We're gonna learn how to use the tools that we already mentioned in the video in more detail. I'm gonna give tactical and practical advice that anyone can use in their career on a daily basis. So if you don't wanna miss this video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You also need to turn on your notifications so that you don't miss the publishing of this next video. And while you're at it, let me know in the comments how you think AI will impact your own workflow as a software developer. Is it gonna replace you in any way? Is it gonna help you? Or can you just somehow ignore it and not do anything about it and be fine? All right, that's it for today's video. AI can only help us, it cannot replace us. But anyway, I hope the AI algorithm of YouTube does its job and you see this video. Thank you for paying attention and see you in the next video.